say the shit has hit the fan.
Tea Party Americans, this grassroots movement, is all about an independent mindset. It's not hardcore right-wing wackos like the liberal media wants you to believe.
I have been a Republican in times good, and I have been a Republican in times bad.
Somebody ought to investigate that like Glenn Beck has been doing. I'm telling you right now, this whole Obama administration is unconstitutional.
They call us wacky. They call us wingnuts.
It's not hardcore right-wing wackos like the liberal media wants you to believe.
Elena Kagan is slated, it looks like, I don't know, I mean, unless we start moving quick, to be the first lesbian Supreme Court justice. And while I was thinking about that, I got thinking about something else, about the influence of the homosexual agenda on America. Of course, I had to start thinking about Rachel Mad Cow.
Like Speaker Pelosi, who has been busy sticking the taxpayer with her $100,000 bar tab for alcohol on the military jets that she's flying.
Let me just tell you, that's a bunch of bull.
Speaker Pelosi does not drink alcohol. There is no alcohol service on the domestic flights the Air Force operates for travel from Washington to San Francisco for the Speaker.
Here's Bloomberg down there saying, America, give us your poor. We don't want them.
That is why I allege they should be bumped down to driving cabs, and we should stop importing labor to drive cabs.
In the military skills, we find that the minority officers do not shoot as well. They don't swim as well. And when you give them a compass and send them across the terrain at night in a land navigation exercise, they don't do as well at that sort of thing.
And we have got to raise questions about whether we can afford to allow Muslims to immigrate into the United States at all.
The cause of the violence is an Islamic culture that keeps hundreds of millions of people right on the edge of murder and mayhem 24 hours a day. For one thing, all the women in the audience would be treated like cattle.
Our encouragement to America is to repent, turn back to the living God, fall on your face in humility, and ask God to save your country.
The senator, of course, is most famous for running for office on the basis of his family values and calling on President Clinton to be impeached for his sexual immorality before Senator Vitter himself got caught out as a client of the D.C. Madam.
So imagine the shock when the powerhouse pundit was embroiled in a sex harassment scandal with a coworker in the fall of 2004.
Somebody would get a picture of you, and then it would be posted all around, and it'll happen in your office.
Yeah, possibly.
You don't think so?
Well, it depends, you know.
Dina, I've got some time and a camera. Why don't you stop by? No. Oh, yes. Ooh, federal subsidies, Hillary. I can't get enough.
And I do believe in Rick Roberts, Sean Hannity, and yes, for Michael Savage. They educated me. I was very ignorant.
I think he's a Marxist. Well, Obama's a socialist. Obama's a Marxist, socialist.
The health care bill to me is very scary because I know what happened in Germany under Hitler.
It's exactly the things that Obama's doing are the exact things that Hitler did.
I'll pay for this guy. Here you go. Start a pot. I'll pay for you. I don't want to hand out. I'll decide when to give you money. Here's another one.
We have done everything that we could possibly do. We have They call us wacky. They call us wingnuts.
American scientific companies are crossbreeding humans and animals and coming up with mice with fully functioning human brains.
I want people in Minnesota armed and dangerous on this issue.
McConnell thinks the people who have been hit hardest by this America's Great Recession are the wealthy in this country.
We can't let the people who've been hit the hardest by this recession
and who need to create the jobs that will get us out of it, foot the bill for the Democrats' 2-year adventure.
Let me just tell you, that's a bunch of bull.
You betcha!
So, Kevin, you called me before. You called me several months ago and said we're working on some ideas that are going to change America. We're not just going to be the party of no. Tell Americans those ideas.
Well, those ideas are actually coming out in 2 weeks.
Let me just tell you, that's a bunch of bull.
Send lawyers, guns, and money. The shit has hit the fan.